Good morning, Mason Nation. It's Thursday, October 24th, and welcome back to Mason Cable News. I'm Ashley Hill.
And I'm Desmond Jordan. So Ashley, I've been looking for volunteer opportunities around the school, and I felt like I had to go to DC, but luckily last night I was able to volunteer here in Dewberry Hall.
Wow, interesting. Tell me more about it.
So last night in Dewberry Hall, George Mason students, Arise Campus Ministry, Flores, and United Methodist Church teamed together to package 600 meals for Fairfax County elementary school kids. This was not just any ordinary task. The meals were packaged for elementary school students of Fairfax County who receive free or reduced lunches. More often than not, these students do not have enough food to last them throughout the weekend due to socioeconomic status. The Helping Hungry Kids meal packaging event highlighted facts about hunger in Fairfax County. Of the statistics revealed included 27,054 Northern Virginia students live in poverty, and 24,920 of them receive free or reduced meals at school. Northern Virginia is one of the wealthiest jurisdictions in the country. However, there is still a 5% poverty rate here. The volunteers of the meal packaging event were George Mason students and a couple of his on-campus organizations. The meals will be distributed by the Food for Others group. School counselors will receive the meals and send the food bags home in the students' backpacks every Friday afternoon. This Power Pack program significantly impacts the students in need. The contents of each food bag include 2 Chef Boyardee cans, 2 oatmeal packs, 2 mac and cheese packs, 2 pudding cups, and juice. This covers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, even a snack or two. The next meal packaging event will be held in Dewberry Hall on November 20th. 50 to 80 volunteers are needed to package 10,000 meals in 3 hours. This will be quite a task, so be sure to join in to make a difference. If you would like more information on this event and several other volunteer events here at Mason, visit www.arise.gmu.edu.
That sounds like a wonderful opportunity to give back.
Yeah.
Well, tweeting George Mason's President Angel Cabrera sounds a little far-fetched, doesn't it? But in all actuality, it's not. President Angel Cabrera uses Twitter as a way to further connect with students, says Fourth Estate. Many ask Cabrera how he finds time for Twitter. He usually responds with the question, "What do you have to do with your time that is more important than understanding the needs of the people that you lead?" He goes on to say that there are not many things more important than understanding the community that you lead and having them also understand you. Others outside of Mason have also noticed Cabrera's effort to reach out to Mason students through Twitter. Education Dive, a website that focuses around higher education, featured President Cabrera and 10 college presidents on Twitter who are doing it right. I actually went onto his Twitter and saw that he really does respond to the students' concerns about Mason and their suggestions to improve our school. He even actually had a few spelling mistakes in his tweet, which only made him seem a little bit more personable.
This past Monday, Aaron Hood hosted his first of many to come dinner dialogues at the Piedmont Multipurpose Room. The purpose of this dinner dialogue was for students to have an intellectual conversation otherwise not common in everyday encounters with peers. Touchy topics were discussed as the conversation focused on identity awareness and navigating the personal and political journey that helps us define who we are. Many cultures were represented at the dinner dialogue, which attested to GMU's diverse student body. Hood conducted an activity called the Social Identity Wheel. This wheel is an intergroup relations activity that is meant to make participants think solely on themselves and their makeup. Ethnicity, sexual orientation, religious or spiritual affiliation were just some of the factors of the Social Identity Wheel. This activity alone took the discussion along the way as participants opened up and shared personal stories regarding their race in America. Dialogues and discussions such as these are important to the Mason idea. Many feel the diversity aspect of Mason is as a facade. Although there are a plethora of cultures represented here at Mason, there are still cliques or pockets of people of the same race or national origin. Events where students of all types can discuss their struggles and outlook on the future can gradually bring the diversity aspect of Mason to a new light.
Have you ever heard of TED Talks? Well, it just might so happen that Mason will be establishing something similar. Antonio Reyes, a senior management major, thinks Mason is the perfect place to conduct these social and political debates with a focus on creating dialogue between students about topics like the sciences, the humanities, and the arts, while also involving a learning aspect. Reyes is quoted by Fourth Estate saying that in an effort to promote the idea concept, we want to promote the students as innovators themselves. You can catch these talks about 4 times over the course of the academic year, lasting around 15 minutes each. And we'll be right back after this commercial break with Tyler and the sports game preview.
And now here's your event rundown. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., Mason students will be able to get garden volunteer hours in the Potomac Heights Garden. This is the last event of Food Week, and anyone who goes out will be able to learn about gardening and can take home fresh food. Anyone interested should come.
And that isn't the only event happening today. The Lara Lubavitch Dance Company will be doing a performance for the GMU Community and Concert Hall at 8 p.m. The Lara Lubavitch Dance Community has been hailed by the New York Times as one of the 10 best choreographers in the world. Each student gets one free ticket for their Mason ID, and more tickets can be bought on cfa.gmu.edu. So get your tickets and check it out.
Tomorrow there will be an AIDS walk in D.C. at 7 a.m., which will take place in Freedom Plaza, D.C. The event will be a 5K walk, and the proceeds will support individuals affected by HIV and AIDS. Mason to Metro will support GMU students by having shuttles running every half from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Any early birds out there who love to exercise and want to support a good cause should attend this event. Now to Tyler for the sports preview.
I'm Tyler Byram, here with your Mason Cable News Sports Report. This week, Mason Cable Network will bring you the second event in the Revolutionary Rivalry, as the women's soccer team plays the Colonials of George Washington University. The Revolutionary Rivalry comes out due to George Mason's recent move into the Atlantic 10 Conference, igniting a rivalry that has been relatively dormant for the past several years. The winner of this rivalry will be awarded the Tri-Corner Hat Trophy, which is basically the school that has the most points after the 16 regular season events throughout all of our sports. Currently, GW is leading the Patriots with a 1-0 after a 3-1 victory over Mason this past Friday in volleyball. On this Friday, as the women's soccer team play each other, there is more on the line than just the Revolutionary Rivalry, since both teams are now in contention for the Atlantic 10 postseason. The offense for Mason tries to pick it up against the defense of George Washington that has shut out 5 teams this year, which has led to GW holding a 5-4-4 record with a 2-2-1 record in conference. Mason tries to continue the climb and surprise the Atlantic 10 standings, with needing merely 2 wins to secure the Patriots a postseason spot. This game will be Mason Athletics Game of the Week, where all Mason students with a valid student ID will receive a free Chick-fil-A sandwich. Also, in case you did not know, this will be the Patriots' senior night, where we plan to send off the seniors Jasmine Cardoso, Nicole Clark, Lindsay Hokinson, and Casey Vornador with a final home victory. If you cannot make it out on Friday, this game will be broadcasted live on Mason Cable Network Channel 231 on campus, starting at 7 o'clock, and also on Patriot Vision on GoMason.com. Additionally, this weekend on Sunday at 1, there will be the men's soccer senior night as they take on LaSalle, and the women's volleyball team will play another game against George Washington at the Rec at the same time.
Thank you, Tyler. Well, here are some Mason tweets of the week.
So there are several accounts that are GMU affiliated on Twitter, one including GMU Squirrels. So I'll read off the first one. Promiscuous squirrel, you're teasing me. Hashtag, you know what I want. Hashtag, and I got what you need.
That is very silly.
Yeah, very, very much so.
And here's another one. At Mason Grad Life at GMUBs, we love our hashtag GMU home. Hashtag buzz. I love these tweets.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for today, Mason. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Desmond. Have a great day, Mason.